Hi guys, just going to do another teardown for watching the watchers because they wanted me to do more electric teardowns, and as it happens I've got this skybox here that I've been given. I don't know if it's got a date on it anywhere. Not that I can make out. It says it's got 80 gigabytes of personal storage in it, which nowadays doesn't count for much, does it? So I've no idea how old this is. But we'll take it apart. Now I've already had a look at it, and it's got these, I think they call them Torx type screws, little star heads on them with a little dimple in the middle so that you can't just stick a ordinary screwdriver in there. And none of the ones that I thought should fit in my little kit here actually fit. None of them. So we're going to resort to sort of brute force. I can actually grip the heads with these pliers enough to get them undone. So we should at least be able to get the cover off. It's going to take a little bit longer than it would if I had the right screwdriver. The other option would be to grind them off, but I don't have one of those Dremel tools, or a handy grinder for that matter. So I'll do this. You can see the principle, you can see that's coming loose, but I'll do all of them, but I won't bother filming it because the other option would be to cut a straight slot on it, wouldn't it? I'll just go and get a saw. That might be a bit quicker. That should speed things up a bit. I've just cut slots in them. Because if this video mysteriously got 50,000 views, I might be able to afford a Dremel. But cutting a slot in it clearly works. Depends whether you've got any intention of putting it back together again afterwards, doesn't it? Right, is that going to come off? Got some plastic clips there. Nothing much moved though, did it? I bet I've got to undo a few more screws yet. Let's do it the rough way. See where the little legs go. Right, well it's off. So what have we got inside? We've got a big hard drive. I'm just going to go and close the door so we can't hear my wife laughing in the background. Right, so what have we got? Does that front look like it'll pop out? Looks like it should. Just doesn't want to. Remember, this is a one-way disassembly. I'm not looking to repair anything in here. We just want to see if there's anything inside worth scavenging. Okay, well that ribbon cable came off easily enough because I didn't touch it and it came off. Right, is that the same screws? Just too small for that one. Yeah, none of the ones that I've got want to fit. Well, we might end up being quite destructive here. Although having said that, it looks like that just clips out. Lots of little plastic clips all around it. No, those screws still go in. I'll have to have a look, see if there's anything I got that I can modify to fit that size screw. It's not going to be a lot on the other side that we want to look at anyway. There's some surface mount transistors along here. I think there'll be some LEDs on the other side and some little push button switches. What have we got in here that we can look at? Well, that hard drive looks like it'll come out. Oh, that's the same stupid screws. They don't want you to take it apart, do they? Nope, none of these are going to fit. Oh, sorry. Obviously I could get a saw blade there to cut a slot in that, but I wouldn't be able to get a saw blade into these ones. So we're going to have to struggle. From the looks of it, we should be able to slide that. Oh no, it goes both ways. Oh, nice little rubber shock mountings. I haven't looked this up on Google or anything. I don't know if that hard drive's any use for trying to plug into a PC or anything. I don't know if it's the same sort of setup. And if it is, it's the good old-fashioned Seagate, 160 gigabytes. Yeah, prepare the drive for use with your operating system. Always back up critical data before making change. Windows XP or 2000 prepares the drive during installation. Oh well, it looks like we might have a drive that we can use. So it's the old ribbon cable. I can't remember what you call that now. So they're all serial now, aren't they? Serial ATA. Okay, so that's something worth having. A little bit of ribbon cable. I don't have any use for any of those connectors. There's a nice big capacitor there. Anything else that looks useful? Not really. Oh, a little fan. A few more capacitors. Not really anything exciting in there. And it's all held in place by those stupid screws. I'll have to see if I can get one the right size. I thought I had them. I thought they were in that pack, but certainly none of those fit. That'd be a crystal of some sort, I expect. Another one. I don't see a lot there that'll be useful to me. Optical input. Oh, optical audio out, not input, output. Might be useful. Little connector lead. But all I can see there that I could use is just a load of capacitors that I'll have to spend time desoldering. So there you go, that's what's inside an old skybox. But you need a decent screwdriver to undo it. I'll see if I can do anything with this one. I've got an external drive reader that should be able to take this type. I've plugged that hard drive into my external docking station. So let's see what happens when I switch it on. Oh. It's reading it. Don't know what it's reading, but it's reading it. 2009, 2008, the date's on it. But I expect you need to be able to decrypt it to be able to see what's on it. There's nothing big on there according to that. What did I say? 160 gigabytes. I expect I could just reformat it, couldn't I? Yeah, I should think it's partitioned in a way that you can't see it. I'm sure somebody can tell me. What does that DAT file say? Notepad, let's try Notepad. Not a lot on there that we can read. Well, before I destroy it or reformat it, I'll just Google skyboxes and see if anybody's got any advice. Just did a quick search on YouTube, and we got this video here that shows you how to extract saved recordings from a Sky Digibox. So I'll put a link in my video description so you can have a look at this one. I'm not going to go any further on it myself. I'm going to actually reformat the hard drive, just in case there's anything on there that the person who gave it to me doesn't want to see again. Just for the record, I won in the end. Had to get a bit aggressive to get the screws out on some of these bits. But this control panel strip at the front, we've got some pretty little LEDs there and some push buttons or momentary switches. So they'll be okay. That'll be some sort of clever display. But it'll just be LEDs in there, I expect. Oh, and that's an infrared sensor, isn't that? So that was the control panel. And then the main circuit board. So I had to get quite aggressive in the end to get it out, because I didn't have the right size screwdriver. So what's useful in there? Not a lot really. Quite a few capacitors, electrolytic capacitors that we can desolder. But I don't think any of the surface mount components will be any use to me. So that'll be another circuit board that's just going to go into my junk pile. And then we got some scrap metal and a bit of scrap plastic. And obviously that hard drive. Although 160 gigabytes is nothing nowadays, is it? Well, isn't that funny? I just took the old metal case of that skybox out into the garage to dispose of the evidence, and look what I found. Another skybox. Another 160. This one's Thompson. And it looked to me, when I looked at it just now, like this is ordinary Phillips screws. Yeah. So we'll do 2 for the price of 1. I'll add this on to the end of the other video. I'll just do a short one for my main channel, and then we'll have a double one. Oh, that doesn't want to come undone. Let's keep going. We'll have the double long length one on my Grandad's other channel, so people can fall asleep watching me taking skyboxes apart. I'm just undoing every screw that I can. I assume we'll have another 160 gigabyte hard drive in here. I must say I'm a lot happier just undoing these Phillips screws. I ended up grinding some of those other ones off on the other drive. Right, how's this going to come off? Like that. Okay, metal case, Max Tor. 160 gigabyte, Max Tor Diamond Max 16. 160 gigabytes, ATA 133 HDD. Right, how are we going to get in here? Screwdriver right down through there. So we'll undo these other bits while we can. I suppose that power supply at that end might have some useful bits in it. And that magnet I put there to catch the screws has been a pain. I keep getting stuck to it. Oh, that one still had the Sky card in it. So, okay, some little momentary buttons there, infrared sensor, my wife sneezing in the background. Yeah, oh, little surface mount LEDs. Right, so that's that. Plastic scrap. Is that going to come off now? Yes, another bit of metal scrap. Oh, I like this one. It's coming apart much easier. Ribbon cable. Can we get this off? Just that screw there. What's going on? odd size screws. That's better. Right, another bit of scrap. Ribbon cable. Oh, I missed one. And another one. Oh dear me. Right, okay. Fan. Power. Well, I suppose you could use that as an external unit on its own, couldn't you? But I'll pop that out of there in a minute. So we can... Oh, it's been swapped at some time. Somebody's already been in there, haven't they? Warranty void. Right, so what have we got left on the board? When we say what have we got left, it's what can I salvage off there. And let's be honest, none of these surface mount components. Maybe some electrolytic capacitors. What are they? I don't know, they might be useful. And then that's obviously a power supply, power in, fuse, capacitor, transformer, capacitor, heatsink, so there'll be a power transformer, a power transistor on there. Another coil of some sort. Another heatsink, another set of transistors on it. Yeah, okay. So, power board. Scrap metal. Hard drive. Okay, why didn't that come out? Oh, it's got a clip under it. There we go. 12-volt DC. Scrap. So, another one done. 160 gigabytes seemed to be a long time ago.